Jy kan rustig wees, julle sondes wat julle gedoen het op die golfbaan wat julle gevloek het. Maar hoe sê ou, as jy ry in Suid-Afrika en jy vloek nie en jy is op 'n golfbaan en jy vloek nie, weet nie of golf te speel of om te bestuur in hierdie land nie. My naam is Rian Botes. Ek wil net gou vanaf begin ons heel eerste almal welkom weet by die golfdag. En dan gou vir meneer Bennie van Rooi vra of hy gou vir verwelkoming kan en 'n paar woorde kan spreek asseblief.
Dankie Peer. Ek is Bennie van Rooi, die president van Boland Rugby Unie. Dankie dat vir die geleentheid. Ek wil die staanspoor uitvra. Kom ons kyk na die positiewe goed in die lewe. Kom ons los laas naweek wat in Boland gebeur het verby. Ek gaan nie vir julle met dit verveel nie. Ons is die grootste unie, so as daar van die 216 klubs, 2 klubs beklei, is dit nie 'n trainsmessie. Dis 'n geleentheid wat hulle gesien het om hulle op die map te kry. Ek begin met dit deur te sê, Noul, Farmers voorsitter, baie dankie. Peer, wat die geleentheid in die mark gesien het, baie dankie, jy en jou span. En die belangrike is die akteurs of die deelnemers. Baie dankie vir julle, Edward, Ashley. Baie dankie dat julle weg opgesien het om vandag te kon kom deelneem aan 'n golfdag. Ek het 4 visiepunte waarop ek die unie bestuur van waar hy was en in my opinie waar ons moet wees. Is hoop skep, 'n geleentheid moet daar wees om te kan deelneem en dan eenheid en vernuwing. Julle het vandag hoop geskep deur deel te neem aan die geleentheid wat daar geskep was deur Peer en Farmers. En dis die geleenthede wat ons gebruik vir 'n unie soos Boland wat bak gaan staan vir julle manne met die lang broeksakke. Of as julle dalk weet van manne, julle het nou vir my ontmoet en vir my gesien en my gehoor. Boland gaan hoogtes bereik. Boland is die unie wat die meeste springbokke opgelewer het. Hulle word die grootste skole in die land en die beste skole is geleë in Boland. Kinders word daar gekoop en dan gaan hulle VP toe hier langs aan. En dan gaan hulle Bulle toe, na Garsfontein wat verander het na Gapsfontein toe. Dan gaan hulle Sharks toe. Dis Bolanders. Ek sta nie trots vanaand voor julle. Die laaste span wat die wêreldbeker gewen het. As julle wil hê ek moet by nommer 1 begin of 15. Ek gaan nou maar by 1 begin want almal het geskel oor Willie wat skop. Maar hy het nie by Boland geleer skop, ons het hom geleer rugby speel. Maar van Wilco Lou af regdeur, dis manne wat hier vandaan kom, Boland. Maar ons het net nooit die geleentheid reg gebruik nie. En met my nou aan stuur, en met Farmers en Peer, hulle is ons besig om die blueprint te kry om die dinge reg te doen. Ons gaan nog springbokke oplewer, ek het vir Malen daar sê, een van ons slotte. Ek het vandag vir hom gesê, Malen, jy is langer as Marvin Orrie. Jy moet begin glo in jouself. Daar is 2 dinge wat mense altyd. Niemand sou geweet het van Tiger Woods die beste golfspeler in die wêreld nie. Koerante het hom die beste geskryf. Wie skryf oor julle? Wie skryf oor julle suksesse? Peer met sy media beleining en livestreaming. Dit is die toekoms. Ons moet van dit gebruik maak. Ons moet die geleentheid gebruik om te vernuwe. Jy kan nie voor COVID het ek dit so gedoen. Na COVID wil ons dit nog steeds dieselfde doen nie. Ons almal sit hier vanaand Die kan nou maar woorde doen, noem, kwaad vir Eskom. Maar daar is in ons eie binneste, is daar beter maniere om weg te kom van Eskom af. En dit is wat met ons moet aangryp, as Wes-Kaapenaars, as Suid-Afrikaners, om planne by mekaar te sit wat ek glo ons goed kan doen, om die beste vir ons nageslagte daar te kry. Baie dankie dat julle gekom het, baie dankie dat julle na my geluister het. Baie sterkte, Mr. Afslaer, moenie die laagste pryse vat nie, van die hoogste. Baie dankie.
Baie dankie meneer.
Sorry, Mr. Afslaer, ek het net vergeet. Ek gryp 'n geleentheid aan. Nou sien ek as die toekomstige direksievoorsitter van Boland. Ek gee vir jou 'n das. En dan Edward, met jou opleidingsskills, vernuwing en verandering. So waar jy gaan by die universiteite, sit hy das om. Dankie.
Baie dankie, ek luister nou wat meneer van Rooi sê. Nou, ek weet nie hoeveel van julle, hoe ver julle rugby terug gaan nie. Okay, ek was nog nie daai tyd gebore nie, voor ek nou die storie vertel. 1956 het hulle springboekproewe gehad na die Britse leeu kom toe het hierso. Toe het hulle proewe gehou in die loskopstit vir Boland. Was Chris Koch. Die vaskopstit was Pieter Steef de Tooy, of Piet Spiere was sy naam, Pieter Steef se oupa. Bertus van der Merwe was die haker, en toe het hulle vir Mel daarna kom genooi, wat hulle kort een om die span vol te maak, en toe al Mel daarna kom die nommer 2 haker van Boland, daar hy springbokspan, Nieu-Zeeland en Australië toe. Geef jy 'n idee, en dis hoekom Boland in 52 teen Transvaal net die op Boland Stadion verloor het. So die geskiedenis rondom dit is, baie mense weet dit nie. Net die skole in Gauteng, Blouwille area. Die hoeveelheid skole wat rugby speel, vat 'n raai wat die persentasie is. Enigiemand met 'n raai skoot? 1%. 1% van die skole in Blouwille rugby, en ek sê konfidensieel uit iemand aan hulle geleerder vir my het gesê, die Kaap sit met 75% van die skole speel rugby. So dit sê die talent is hierso, en ek wil gaan ander ding vertel oor Uitje de Villiers. Ek het baie met hom gesit en met hom gesels oor jare, en hy het altyd gesê, ons grootste fout met ons agterste 3 ouens in ons rugby. Ons skiet 1 gamebreaker. Ons kies Hugh Aplon, of Brighton, of Cheslin op sy eie. As jy 2 van die manne of 3 van hulle in het, gaan jy gaas veroorsaak. Jy gaan die tipe rugby speel soos Christian Cullen, Jono Lomo en Jeff Wilson. Wat hulle destyds, jy het nie geweet waarom te keer nie. En moenie laat size jou afskrik nie. Die enigste ding wat tel is spoed. As jy spoed het en jy kan tackle, kan jy enigiets doen. Right, kom ons hardloop gou na die pryse toe. Ek wil gou begin, heel eerste, ons gaan vir die manne vir die longest drive, want ek sien hier's 'n paar manne wat al dors raak, en ek glo hy gaan 'n paar vriende hê na dese. Ook op die 4de gat, nearest to the pin, R. Richards. Richard. Dat nee, dis hy. Ek
kom staan nie.
Okay, right, there you go. Alright.
Thank you.
Right, die volgende longest drive, John Podges. Kyk, ek glo nie gaan enige snaaks daarmee wees nie.
My eie 4-bal het my uitdryf, maar hy was so ver op die fringe gewees. So
Ek het vandag 'n ding vir 'n ou gekoerier. Ek het nog nooit so van gehoor nie. Dit word gespel K-R-A-P-O-H-L. Ek dink sy male of hy's dislekties of sy male die van verander. K-R-A-P-O-H-L. OHL, Krapool. Maar dit is, okay. Right, kom ons gaan gou nog enetjie. Die 9de plek. Pierre Miller, André Albertyn, Kalle Arnold, Steven Robinson. Luister, hulle het beskerm. Hulle baie mooi seker gemaak. Okay, voor jy dit vat. As jy ooit 'n probleem het, dat jy handskoene nodig het om hierdie te gebruik. Dan vat jy dan vat jy 'n halwe glas Coke met sout in. Dan gaan jy net 'n paar handskoene en 1 rol gebruik. Baie dankie. Dan gaan ons julle 4 by mekaar. So jy kan sien die vingers is swart, so jy hoef nie te worry nie. Right, kom ons gaan oor die 8ste een. Jy ek skuld hier jou nou al van 1997, 25 jaar skuld ek om 'n foto. Hans Kriba, Pieter Gous, Martin Koopman en Daniel Beka. Ek neem al baie lang foto's, maar ek het die gewoonte, ek pak my negatief, ek het so 900,000 foto's en ek het 'n foto van hom en sy maale geneem in 1997 in George, toe Natal daar gespeel het. So ek sal die foto hierdie. Kom ons kyk vir hierdie. Kom ons kyk vir hierso. Ja, okay, weer vir die dakke. Nou sien. Yes, ek moet seker. Okay, die volgende een, 7de plek, Greg van Jaarsveld, Han Lukotse, Ras Taylor, dis nie cricketer nie, nee, okay, en Robert Olivier. Okay, hulle gaan karre was so lank, hulle sal nou terugkom. Vat gou nog laaste enetjie, dan gaan ons gou 'n bietjie. Okay, 6de plek, Ralph Motlak, A Box, A Kutsie en C De Beer. Ek gaan nou vir die ander kry. Wow, het dit nog wyn ook? Okay, ek het nou gehoor, een nou sê hierso, yes, ek het op die kort gat het ek 'n paar 5 gemaak. En daai ou se golf het gou 'n bietjie vir hom help. Ons gaan so 'n paar rand vir die klapman kry. Kom ons begin gou. Dis hoe ou lyk wat 'n paar majors gewen het, Rooi McIlroy. Wie gaan gou begin vir ons 'n bot op hierdie. Enigiemand R500. Jy kan leer om jou golf te speel. Enigiemand R500, R400. Enige bot? R300. R200. R100. Jo. Ek het R500. Ek het R500. Enigiemand R600. 500, wie gee ons 550? 550 net bietjie meer, dis nie baie nie. R500 enigiemand 550? 500. All set en dan? Sy golf gaan verbeter, julle gaan sukkel. 500 going once, going twice, 500 sol. Kom ons vat maar gou by Innie. Innie het twee Britse Ope en 2 US Open gewen. En laat daai tweede, nee wat, die retief wat hulle gesê het, hy gaan nooit hierdie weer 'n ronde van 18 speel saam met die manne en dit aftrek en hy het pragtig reg gekry en toe sommer 2 jaar na mekaar dink ek. Right, Annie, enigiemand? Hoe lyk met R500? Enigiemand met 'n bod R500? 500 daar, ek het 500, enigiemand 600, 500, 550, enigiemand 550? 500, enigiemand 550? 500 going once? Kijk dan. 500, so, dankie. Right, kom ons gaan gou hierso by die, of dit laat by die 6de plek, okay, 5de plek. K Walla, M Walla, L Mosesi en E Kibidu. As ek amper nou na die eerste prys toe gaan vir julle. Ek gaan staan daar so vir 'n foto asseblief. Dankie. Hierdie jong laaitjie kom by sy oupa en hy sê vir sy oupa, oupa, as ek eendag groot is, ek nou besluit wat se tipe vrou ek eendag wil hê. Ek soek 'n vrou wat dit het. En ek soek 'n vrou wat dit het. En ek soek nog 'n vrou wat dit ook het. Sy oupa sê, "Ja, my ou seun, ek kan nou verstaan dat jy 'n vrou wil hê wat 'n bietjie verstand het, wat slim is en een wat geld het. Maar vertel my asseblief, wat die hel wil jy doen met 'n vrou met 2 handjies wat artritis is?" Okay, nommer 4. 4de plek. Morgan Newman, Jason Robson, Pierre Rogers en Rudy Page. Ek het hom laat afgeneem, dit nog hare gehad. Maar ek ook. Okay, derde plek. F. Gully. Okay, right. Ja, hy het dit self gesê, ek het dit nie gesê nie. Right. Okay, B. Manuel en R. Richard. Ek jou naam met 'n milliliter in, of
Dink is 'n shot.
Malaria Jawardina of ek het nog nie in Sri Lanka het ek 'n paar name leer uitspreek. Okay, gewoon die tweede plek. Baie dankie, baie geluk. Steven Gerber, Richard Benneman, Mona Hill en John Podges. There you go. There you go. Okay, dan in die eerste plek, Werner Feit, JP Feit, Chrissy de Wit en Hanne Goetsie. Julle gaan nie al kan vir die foto staan doen. Hulle Daar is 'n paar manne wat sê 'n Bluebell supporter is 'n spietkop. Jy kry hom waar jy hom die minste verwag. Is daar enige Bluebell hier? Jy hoef nie skaam te wees nie. Sit jou hand op. Right. Right, kom jy opgou vir julle. Joos van der Westhuizen teen Australië. Daai finaal wat die forward pass nie was nie, wat Brighton vir Chester gegee het nie. En dan teen die Wallabies 98, daar teen Boland. En dan weer in die finaal en teen die All Blacks. Right, ek soek R500. Hoe lyk daai manne Bluebell agter? Enige met R500? R400? Op bly, jy kan hom koop op Blybaar, dan betaal jy R1000. Geen bod nie, right? Maak dit 500, ons moet geld maak vir die klub. Maak dit 550, dan is dit 'n goeie win. Kyk, jy het nog nie... Nee, 550 wil jy nog nie teen jouself verbied vandag nie, soos die... 550, daar is hy, baie dankie, 550. Right, kom ons hardloop gou die beste center seker, Dani Gerbe. Kyk hoe daar in Suid-Amerika gespeel wat dit tussen die skare moet deur hardloop. Ek sien nou dag 'n foto wat die Britse leeu vleuel in 55 by Ellis Park 3 gedruk het. En dit is letterlik, en ek lieg nie vir julle, van hier af na van die hoekvlag af, waar die hoekvlag is tot daar toe, dan begin die mense sit. Daar is nie spasie, jy moet so hardloop 2 meter in en links swaai, anders dan kan jy nie agter die pale druk nie. Dani Gerber, daar teen die Ire, 1992 en vir Doc Cravens se span in 95. Right, enige bod. R400. Enige bod R400, R500, R300. Okay, gaan ons trek. Maak dit 500, maak ons toe. Okay, wat is R400 daar? 350, daar het ek R400. 450. Jy het gesê 400, né? Hier meneer.
500 is nie 400.
Doen jy buikspraak? Okay, nee, ek het okay. Okay, wat sê daai ou? 4. Daai man sê, daai ou. Nee, daai man sê by 400 vir ou van Dispatch af. Dit wat hy gesê het. Okay, right. Right, 500 dan maak ek toe. Dankie. Going once. Ja, going twice.
450.
Nee, jy was op 350, klaar.
Ja, dit daal dan.
Nee, maar jy
550.
500 rand, baie dankie. Okay, vinnig. Die mense het nie geweet die bakkies was maar op 'n stadium. Hy sê toe begin. En hy sê toe begin ek eet. Kruiwenweek.
Toyota bakkies.
Daar's hy en Dion Fourie aan mekaar toe Luke Watson bietjie te veel wat as 'n oester geëet het en die Springbok trui gedra het en dan bakkies in 'n mees natuurlike staat in die sinbin. En daarso weer teen balans. Right, enige bod. R400. Enige bod vir bakkies? Geen bod. Okay, gaan bakkies onttrek. Sê weer. Ek het 400. Hoe lyk dit 450? Julle kan teen mekaar by, julle is blou hulle. 400. Nee, ek gaan op moet toe maak op 500. Dan kan ons 'n paar rand maak. 400 is nog onder die reserve. Gee maak dit 500. 500 baie dankie. So. Okay, enige loskakels hierso op hulle dag. Sê weer? Wat het dorp? Wel, dit is nie bad nie, as anders Springbok loskakels is vir Calvinia klap rugby gespeel het. Weet jy wie dit is? Dave Stewart, hy het vir Calvinia, ek het hom in sy Calvinia baadjie wat hy rugby gespeel het. En mannetjies roet vir Victoria West, op een van daai plekke loskakels speel. Right. Die manne wat kom skop. Naas Botha. Ja, Lance Sherrill het pragtig vir die Bulle ook gespeel. Theo van Rens, ja. Theo van Rensburg, dit het daar vang hy nog 'n blou, hulle nie dit geweet. Wat? Ja. Theo van Rensburg, Franco Smit, Liefling en Mornstein. Right. Gaan ek sommer 500, dan maak ek toe daarso. Niemand? 500? Yo, Mike, was that a bit? Of die ou agter jou steek sy hand op. Daai man teen die ek sal toemaak. Ja, maar ek sê okay, right, 500 daar agter. Going once, twice. All done. Sold. Okay, gou hierdie een vertel. Hierdie is nie net 'n hierdie is nie net 'n reeks foto's nie. Okay, ek dink ons het so 2000 bottels in hier 4 manne. Hoe lyk dit? 2000 vir julle 4 vir hierdie enetjie. Right. Britse leeu's, hulle sê is die hardste game en die mees fisiese game ooit in die geskiedenis van ons rugby teen die Britse leeu's. Op Loftus, JP Peterson se 3, Franstein wat oor daai leeu spring, bakkies daai, daar's 'n video wat hy so hardloop, dis deel van dit en dan spring Bees broer Vulcanel se rug. En dan daai tweede laaste foto. Vir al die fotograwe by die game NTV crew, nie een van hulle kon 'n shot kry om te wys Jacques Fourie se voete was in op die tackle nie. Ek het gesit waar ek nie mag sit nie, links van die TV kameraman. En daai is die enigste foto wat wys sy voete is in op die tackle. En Bryce Lawrence wragtig agter gestaan en hy kon nie ons daar beneek nie, maar hy het ons 2 jaar later teruggekry anyway. So dit is werklik 'n besondere reeks foto's, one of a kind. Right, enige bod daarso. Enige iemand R300? Ek het R300. R400? Enige iemand R400? 300? Okay, jy by 500 gee ek 200 vir die klap. Hoe lyk dit? Baie dankie. Teken aan so asseblief. Sal. Okay, nou het ons 'n Durbanville Hills. Nee, kyk wat binne is. Dis 'n Pinotage 2020. Oeps. Ja, nou is ek 'n bietjie confused, maar okay. Die box sê Durbanville Hills. Ek dink iemand kan nie spel nie, maar okay. Right, getekende Cheslin Colby. Ek soek R500. Wie gee my R500 op hom? Ek het 200. 500. Ek het 500, ek soek 600. 550, 500, 550. Hy sê teken, ja.
Sy neef is terug
Ja.
by.
Ek gaan 525.
Hy sê volgens
550.
Hy gaan 550.
Hy het op 500. Hy het 500. 600 sommer, nou. Ek is 600. Yes, julle speel rond julle twee. 600, ek soek 650. 600, dan lyk my 650. 600, toe lyk my 650. Hy het 'n deksel wat kan toemaak. Jy kan jou kind pak klaar gee. Jy kry jou kind nader, kom. Kom ek gee vir jou gou 'n Cheslin. Dan werk jy hom deur. Sê again? Daar sê Durbanville hier. Yes. 2020. Zonnebloem. Ja, zonnebloem.
Nee, sonneblom.
Man, as jy hierdie ding gaan drink, gaan jy worry wat die boks lyk nie. Hy's geteken. Die bottel is geteken, nie die boks is geteken. The money of the box. Money box of the dop. Right. Ek bedoel hierdie ding haal jy uit en sê luister Cheslin spesiaal vir my geteken, kom en drink hom by jou pelle. Jy maak pelle vir keeps. Jy kan ons laat betaal vir die drank. As jy kom kuier. Vra hulle kok vir hulle as hulle kom kuier. Right, ons staan op 600. Jy reg maar 650. 600, 625. 600. Ja. As jy het gedrink?
As ek drink, kan ek gaan so steps soos Cheslin.
Miskien sou dit 2 jaar was.
Hy vra of hy kan side steps soos Cheslin. Wie wat? As jy hom gedrink het en jy kom by die huis en jou vrou sê hoe gaan dit en sê ek is reg man. Sê hoe laat is hy? Sê dis nou net 12 uur. Ag, nou net 1 uur. Die klok lê net aan mekaar. Hy hou vas. Right. Ons 600 all set and done, going once, Pierre, jy het nie gesê wat die reserve is nie, kan hy gaan? 600 going once, and twice, 600 sold, baie dankie. Met die World Cup is daar nie een enkele foto wat hulle die hele stadion mag afgeneem het. Geen van die fotograwe mag bo in die stande gegaan het nie. Hier is 'n foto, die beste wat jy sou kon kry met 2 spanne opgelyn, geteken deur Cheslin. Van die finaal. En ek wil amper kyk. Ek wil net gaan kyk of Kevin James dit geteken het. Hy het omtrent. Okay. Right. Waar begin ons? Wie begin op R1000 vir hierdie een? R500, R300. Nee, wow. Nou boer ons agteruit. Right. Okay, ons kan begin by R100, maar ons gaan nie ophou nie. Right. Julle wil nie saamwerk nie. Right. Enige met R100, R200. Ek het 200, ek soek 300. Ek het 200, ek soek 300. 200, ek soek R300. Ek het 300 daar, geef my 400. Ek het 300, ek soek 400. 350, right, 350. 350, 400. Ek het 400, 450. 450. Ja, dis reg. 450, kom maar R500. 500 is niks, daar is 500, daar is enige met 550. Hierdie twee manne kan nie heel aan die op hulle eie been nie. Gee hulle support, daar is 550. Ek het 550 daar agter. Geef my 600. Ek soek 600. Ek het 600, 650. Ja, ek het 650 agter, geef my 700. 700, dankie. Hoe lyk dit? 750? Ja, ek het 750. Kom hierdie manne. Wat gou slukkie dan, dan werk ons saam. 750? Right, 750, ek soek 800. Dat jy moet help, ek het ADHD, so ek verkeer die getalle, so ek raak bietjie deur mekaar, so dan vra ek bietjie meer, maar is fyn. Ek vat 900, reg? 900, dankie. 900, sien jy, net lekker 2 keer teen my gebied. Ek soek 59 daai kant. 59 daai kant. 9250. 29. Okay, 95. Ek het 95, geef my 29. Of 59, maak dit 59. Okay, maak dit 59 en maak ek hom toe. 59? Nog op, okay, 1000. Maak dit 1000. Ek het 1000 baie, gee hy man aan. 1000 rand. Baie dankie. Okay, net wys jy kan. Geef my 195, ag 101, dan maak dit 111 man. Ja, nee, 4. 111 met nog 'n 1.
10-1.
Wat is die score gewees? Is daar nie iemand wat sy nek uitsteek en dit 3216 maak nie, of wat? Wat is die score gewees?
32-16. 32-12, né?
3212. Kom, wie is die ou wat 'n braaf gaan wees en daai bedrag betaal? En nou raam ek hom verniet vir daai ou. Hoe klink dit? Yes, nou, sluk die man nou.
Ja, man, het is weer.
Vir hy man nie sy sweet af. Okay, right. Ons was by R1000, all set and done. 1000 going once. 1000 going twice. All set and done. Baie dankie. 1000 sal.
Dis 'n mooi ding hierdie hoor.
Ek was eendag op 'n veiling gewees toe die wat ek getry vir die Lions toe die Karibeker gewen het in 2011. Toe was ek by die veiling gewees. En ek onthou een van die spelers het gekla want ons het die hele try was geteken. Ons het die stadion foto aan die onderkant gesit en 'n Karibeker gehad en die ronde gedraai, 'n klein replika. En ek het nou baie veilings gesien daai aand, het die eind weggetrek. En Franco van der Merwe sê vir my, "Yes, as ons vanaand 15000 op hierdie ding kry, is ons okay." Ek sê vir hom, "Luister, as jy nie 2025 kry, moet jy worry." En ek het nog nooit 'n veiling gesien nie. Hy het begin 5000, 10000, 20000, 30000, 35, 40, 42. En toe staan die ou wat 42 het, dan nog ou 45. Toe sê die ek dink 10 bots geweet. Toe staan 'n ou sê, "Right, Sharks het Hans, kan jy onthou wat hoe ver jy verloor het?" Nee, het 42-16 verloor. Sê, "Right, wat is die totaal 58, toe maak jy die bot toe op 58, en nog nooit so veiling gesien nie." So, anyway. Right, kom ons vat gou Kom ons vat gou een van hierdie. Teen die Britse leeu's, Cheslin Colby geteken. Dit is nie 'n replika nie. Hoe weet jy verskil tussen 'n Springbok trui en 'n replika trui? Kom ons leer gou dit. Ek is in die industrie, so baie mense verstaan die verskil nie. 'n Regte spelerstrui, onder die Springbok staan Springbok. 'n Replika trui staan SA Rugby. So hierdie is 'n genuine Springbok trui, dit is een van hulle dinge van hulle bloedtruie. Hy het nou nie genommer met sy details nie, maar right, kom ons begin. Wie gaan hierdie ene keer begin vir ons op R1000? Getekende Cheslin? 5, hy se teken, ja, signed. Ja, signed. 5. Yes. Yes, wow. XL. Ja, jy sal inpas. Right. Nee man. Die Kaap het die beste, wat noem jy, stiksers, wat die mense wat die klere kleiner maak? Tailors. Hulle sal hom vir jou kleiner maak. En jy sal die handteken nog inkry, right. Wie begin vir ons gou R500 op hierdie een? Ek het R500, ek soek R600. 600 daar, hoe lyk dit met R700? 600 days, R700. R700. Ek het R700, geef my gou 800. 700, ek soek 800 daar. 800 agter, 750, sal ek ook vat. 750, hoe lyk dit met 800? 850. 850, right, ek het 850, geef my 900. Was 850? 850, hoe lyk dit met R900? Ek het R900. 900? 950. Wie gaan die ding geraam lyk met foto's van die Britse leeu, met die geskiedenis agter, en ons sit vir jou screen in, waar hy side step doen, dan gaan jy so 10.000 kos, maar dit gaan 'n moerse raam wees, en enig... Huh? 925. Wie ek kan enigiets doen. Okay. 925.000 of 950. 925, 950. 975. Kom, jy kan nog so 'n laaste enetjie, R25 met jou. 9750. R1000. Ek het 1000 doen, lyk dit met 1. Okay, 1050. 1050. Ons moet net 'n bietjie druk nog. Hy gaan hom vat. Right, 1050. Right. Hy het weer gesit. Pragtig, kry hom vir R50 meer. How chicken uit. What's the bid? Johan, 1050. Yeah, I'll do it. Anybody else? Right. Gaan ons eintlik nog so R1000 en 5, ja, so 1500 meer. As ons 2,5 kan kry dan in vir 'n ding. Anders moet ek inbetaal. En ek is net die auksioneer. Hoe lyk dit? Geef hom 2,5, dan vat jy hom. Dan bring jy hom aan, laat die raam kom vir jou mooi. Kan jy Cheslin vir jou naam opskryf? You got 1.5. That's it. Niemand anders nie? 1.5. Yes, jy koop 'n bargain. Going once. 1.5. Going twice. Geef hom aan, baie dankie. Ons vat maar nog 'n blou bil, aangesien ons net 2 blou bille het. Baie mense weet nie, Victor het vir Griek was gespeel. En ek klaar R500 agter, ek nog nie klaar vertel nie. Yes, like, ons gaan geld maak vanaand uit die ou uit. Hy het weer, sê weer? Ja. Victor het vir Griek was gespeel. Hy sê, kyk hoe dik was my bene, want hy het net geëet destyds. En toe het hy vir die Cats gespeel, en daar is hy en Skalk Burger aan mekaar. En kyk nou net daai. Kyk hoe haal hy vir Tony Brown uit met 'n stywe arm daarso. Vandag sou hulle hom vir 3 jaar geskort het vir daai tackle. So daai tackle, maak dit 550 vir daai tackle, dan vat jy hom. 500 of 550? 550. 550, baie dankie. Sold. Okay, 2017 op Kings Park. Kyk, WP die Sharks die gewoonte. Hulle kan nie op hulle eie veld wen nie, hulle moet die beker op 'n ander plek gaan vat. Nee? 2010 het hulle verloor, 2012 het WP daar gewen, 2013 wen hulle hier. 2015 of nee 2017 wen hulle weer daar, toe kom wen die Sharks in 2018 hierso. So hulle het 'n ding met mekaar. Right. Hierdie bestaan, die agtergrond is 900 klein foto's uit die finale uit, al die spelers se foto's buite hom. Ja, daar is alles klein fotootjies daar. Robert de Pre, Hugh Jones, hier's Amkar, Chris van Sail, Sewes Bokke, right. Ek soek gou R500 by hom. Enigiemand R500. Anybody R500? R500? Hy's genommer agter jou sertifikaat. Right. Wie lyk met R500? Geen bid? R500? Jo. Meneer, dit is net 5 jaar terug wat die WP Curriebeker gewen het. Geen bod? Yes. Sê weer? 300. Nee, maar jy kan nie deal maak as jy nie weet wat die reserveprys is nie. Maar ek sal jou bod vat vir 300, geef my 350. Iemand gaan hom opjaag. Laat ek dit 350, kom. 350, kom. 400, right, ek het 400. Right. Nog 'n bod daar, 425. 450. 450. 425, right, 425. Gaan jy nou water vir R95 die ding verloor? 450 dan maak ek hom toe op jou. 450. Geen bod anders nie. 450 going once. 450 going twice. Wat daai? Niks nie. 450 sold. Okay, dit is 'n moeilike dag vir die bulle gewees. Ek dink die vorige keer wat dit so moeilik vir hulle was 2005 op Loftus. Toe Loftus binne 2 minute hulle vlae, keppe, hoede, alles neergeneek het, toe Vrystaat gewen het. Hulle het ek het nog nooit manne so vinnig van uit die stadion sien loop nie. Jammer vir die manne gevoel. Right. Stormers. URC geteken deur die hele span. Right. Chesland het gaan vir R1500. So gaan ons hier begin R1500 op hierdie een. 15, anybody 15? R1000. R800. R800, R500.
Wie is allemaal getekend dan?
Die hele span.
8 mensen. Net wat.
Maar nie anders op die swart geteken. Kan jy nie sien nie, hoe is jou oor? Okay. Weet jy wie? Okay, Pierre. Hierdie ou gaan ons, die ou wat hom koop, ons gaan reël dat hy self by die span kom en sê, "Laat jy teken die ding, sit my naam op, dat ek hom nie gaan herverkoop nie." Hoe klink daai? Die ou wat hom koop, ons reël 'n afspraak, jy gaan na die span toe. Hulle teken hom vir hom, hulle sit jou naam daar, dat jy hom nie gaan herverkoop as jou naam Kobus is en dan verkoop jy aan Jannie die ding nie. So jy moet 'n ander Kobus soek wat lyk soos jy. Right. Right, ons kan die R500, R500. Enige, ek het 500 daar. En hy skree nie vir die Stormers nie. Right, 500. Ek soek 600. Kom met dan by R1000, kom en dan begin ons. Onthou jy gaan self die ouens ontmoet. Ek sal vir sê waar hulle oefen, ek bel vir Chippies, ek stuur die ou na jou toe. Right. R1000. R500 daar. Enige maar 600. Nou bid, ons gaan hom onttrek. Kan hom onttrek, daar is hy. Okay, ek gaan gou 'n bietjie die kant toe stap. Okay, ek hoop julle kan sing. Kan almal sing daarso. Gaan so 'n bietjie optel. Jy kry 2 tokse vir die prys van 1. En as jy waar gaan jy bo-op sit? Los hè. Jy kry 2 tokse vir die prys van 1. Okay, net maar so. En as jy nou op 'n Sondagmiddag met jou vrou tyd op die eie wil hê, dan sit jy daai ding aan vir die kind. En ek beloof vir jou, ek het 4 ouens wat gesê dit werk. So hulle kan 4 ouens kan nie verkeerd wees nie. Sê weer? Nee, ou Adidas. Maar daai 4 ouens almal by Hegra, hulle sê dit werk. So okay. Daai toks is van die tipe toks wat hy heel aan die begin van sy loopbaan gebruik het. Hy het nie in daai een gespeel nie, maar dit is identies wat hy mee begin speel het. Ou aluminium stats. So right, ek soek gou 'n bot. Wie gaan begin? Ons het 'n reserve op hom vir 6000. Wie gaan vir ons 'n bot gee van R6000? Ek het 6000 hierso. Ek het 6000, ek soek 6,5. Ek het 'n bot van 6000, 6,5. Eendag gaan vir jou kinders wys dit hoe regte toks sal lyk. Wat hy sê dat enige iemand 6,5. 6,000 anybody 6,5? Ek sal 6250 ook vat. Nou bid. Okay, ons gaan hom gou gaan. Sal sit daar net by onder asseblief. Net die krag onder sit asseblief. Ja. Daar sê, okay.
Jy nog 'n vrou met 'n TV.
Dis ek maar son nou. Okay, nou reserve sonder stryd, dink ek 2,5. 2. Nee, hy's ek kan hom vir jou raam, maar hy's nie geraam nie. Nee, dit is ongeraam. Ja, dit is okay, gou hierdie try. Ons het 'n lisensie gekry. Enigste wat hierdie wit springbok try maak met die 5 wapens waaronder die bokke die eerste 100 jaar gespeel het. Nou baie mense weet nie, die bokke die eerste in 100 jaar net 13 toetse gespeel en van daai 100 toetse een enkele toets verloor. Dit was in 1953, ek net gou hier omstap. Die heel eerste toets wat die bokke gespeel het, Paarl was kaptein. Maar toe sy beseer, toe moet hy onttrek, toe speel Perry Carolyn word hy kaptein in daai toets en hulle verloor hom teen Skotland.
Maar dit Paarl was R1000.
Sê weer?
Maar dit Paarl was R1000. Ek sien nou R1000 nou.
Okay.
Cash,
Nee, right. Nee, maar wat is nog? Jy het nog nie klaar gehoor nie. Okay, sê jy gaan my vinnig. Wie is die eerste ou wat met 'n shoulder pad vir die bokke gespeel het? Met shoulder pad.
Hy was strandwoord.
Okay, wie was die eerste ou wat
Dok Raven seker maar.
Nee man, yes. Nee, Dok Raven het
En dan Boos daar.
Wie is naas Botha? Sê sit jou hand op, naas Botha. Wie is nogal verkeerd? Kom ek wys vir jou. 1960 die ou se naam was Paarl Roos geweest. Hy het sy skouers seer gemaak, hulle het 'n stuk spons vir hom ingewerk. So hy is amptelik die eerste ou wat en daai toevallig ook sy eerste toets vir die bokke. As kaptein is die een wat hulle eerste een met die bokke gewen het as bokke. Right. Dan in 1912 het die bokke weer gespeel teen Ierland. Billy Miller was die kaptein. En die bokke het 2 hat-tricks op een dag aangeteken. Die eerste hat-trick in die geskiedenis van Springbok Rugby was op daai dag geskoor. Daar's 'n foto van Billy Miller in sy wit broek en trui. Terloop ek het 3 jaar gesoek vir daai foto tot Paul Dobson my gehelp om daai foto te kry. Dan 1953 4 toetse teen Australië in wit. Wat op baie stadium in Australië se kleure groen, so ons moes in die wit trui speel. Kaptein was Henny Miller. En dan Johan Klaasen, hy is die eerste en die enigste kaptein ooit van Wes-Transvaal wat kaptein geword het van die bokke. Hy was Springbok slot kaptein, hy was afrigter, hy was bestuurder, letterlik alles wat bok rugby betref. Dan die volgende Wynand Klaasen was kaptein in 1981 net voor hy toe Nieu-Seeland toe. Danie Gerwe se 3 waar hy 2 ure mekaar onder sy bohardloop by cross defense. En dan Errol Tobias is eerste speler wat vir die Bokke span gehaal het uit die ou bedeling uit. Dan het ons Naas Botha 3 drop goals in 1 toets wat 'n wêreldrekord was. En dan in 1998 onder Gary Teichmann, deel van die 17 toets in 'n ry was hierdie teen die Ire en Stefan de Blanc 4-3 in sy heel eerste toets. Wat ook die rekord evenaar het. Ek dink Pieter Rousseau en Chester het die ander wat 2-3 gedruk het. En dan net gou daar vanaf 2004 het toe Jake White sy span kies, het hy begin met John Smith, Ossie Rand, Bakkies en Victor, Skalkburger en Fourie Pre. So tussen van 1 tot 9 het hy 6 ouens gehad wat hy 3 jaar later die World Cup finaal gespeel het en die World Cup gewen het. So hy het geweet wie hy nodig het. Alright. Hy kos bietjie meer as die dinge, bietjie meer as hy tok. So ons moet begin hier op 9,5. Okay, as hy enige bot is, ek het 4 daarso. Is dit 9? Ek het 4 daarso, right, kom ons vat hom op, 5. Ek het 5 daarso, ek soek 6. Ons kan nie in 500 gaan nie. Ek het 6 daar, ek soek 6,5. Okay, kom ons gaan 6,5. Ek het 6,5 daarso, 6,5. 7, ek soek 7,5. 7,5 daai kant, 7,5. 7,5. 7,5, hoe lyk aan die kant? 100 jaar geskiedenis. Ek het 7,5 daarso, 7,5. Hoe lyk jy voor? Meneer Veritas, is daai vir Veritas? Ek het is 8. Ek het 8 daarso. Meneer Veritas, kom jy kan deelneem. Ons 8 daarso, ek soek 8,5. Ek soek 8,5 by jou, 8250. 8,5. Dankie. 100 jaar geskiedenis. Net 5 wapens gebruik. 8,5. Hy dink diep. Hy kyk rond, hy kyk wie sy finansiële bestuurder. 8,5. Ek gaan jou net een keer pla. Ek het 8,5. Lyk met 'n 9. Ek gaan so een rond en dan is ons klaar. 8,5 jou en dan by hom en dan maak ek klaar met jou. 9 daar. So 8,5 hier so, hoe lyk met 9? Ek het 9 daar. Ek het 9 daar so. Ek het 9 daar. 9 daar. En julle daar agter, wie julle? O nee. Jy skrik hy waiter om. Hy gooi sommer 2 hande op. Jy moet oppas. Ja, jy kan maar gou draai loop want ek jou noot is groot sien ek nou. Ai man, skrik hy sy hele pyp vir die week weg. Right. 9 going once, going twice, all said and done. 9 sold. Okay, ons gou nog 'n botteltjie wyn. Sê weer. Okay, kom daar gou nog 'n bottel wyn. Wat is hierdie een gedraai op 600 laas, né? Ek sal 300 vat. Wat is daai? Wat is daai? Cheslin geteken? Cheslin was gewil. 300 rand. Okay, 300, 350, ons het 350, dan ons het 400.
Okay, wat 'n bottel is dit?
350? Ons het 400.
Wat is dit? Selfe bottel sonneblom. Nee man, ek kan nie bottel.
Ja, hierdie ou lees gedagte. Yes, man. Hæ?
Ek kan nie.
Nee, hierdie ou lees gedagte. Hy helder sien, hy sien die op daardie die bly die deksel, hè?
As jy nou vir my sê 'n goeie bottel laat, wat ek vir jou 'n goeie ding. Vir 'n goeie prys.
Het iemand vir 'n label wat ek kan aanhang opsit hierso? Of 'n koutjie dat ons die naam kan verander? Nee, hy het 'n label op, maar ek wil die naam verander man. Magtig, hy soek dit hy wil heel so op die ding.
Wat is dit?
Norman. Kan jy dubbel heel steken?
Wat 'n
Kan jy bottel net van teken dubbel heels?
Zonnebloem en een dubbel.
Nee, teken net, hy soek 'n dubbel heels bottel. Net 'n Coke, ons sit net sy dubbel.
Ik sta weer een koop bij de bal.
Right, ons sit op 350. Enigiemand 400? No bid. 350 going once. No bid. 350 going twice. Pierre? Sold. 350, dankie. Ek het nog 'n try, ja. Maar hy het 'n tag agterop, so hy's nog splinter nie. Maar hy's 'n teken, ja. Okay, ons sit op 1.5 laas, né? Gaan jy begin op R500? Maar julle nog nie gekoop eintlik nie. Julle net een of
Zonnebloemen.
ja, maar jy sê al jy sê al sien dis daai man nie. Right. Ja. Right. Kom mense. Ek soek R500. Jason geteken. Ja. Hy skryf hy het self in drukletters geteken geskryf wat jy ook kan lees. Right.
Hoekom al ek van so lank? Rooi is KLBE.
Daar staan challenge. Nee man. Wag, ek het dit verify. Yes, sir. Pierre?
Nee, coach bij Bennie.
Right, Jason?
Ja.
I like, maar wat, yes.
Ja, is dit was van chillen.
En hy, wat dan bo?
Ja, is alles uit. Ja, het is
Hy man sê, Jason was nugter en hy het geteken, dis hoe hy teken.
Maar die ander try was nie dieselfde nie.
Kom gaan kyk. Maar hier nou wragtig my stry. Hulle lyk dieselfde. Een het met die linkerhand, die ander met die regterhand geteken. Hang op wat is hy gesê het, right. Okay. Het al 500 daarso.
Wat is daai?
Ek geteken 'n try. Jo.
Kom, ik maak een deal met jou. Ik koop hem voor $1000.
Ja.
En dan krijg ik al die bokken om nou te tekenen. En ik breng hem terug in naweek.
Ja.
En dan verkoop ik het terug aan jullie voor 20.
Hier ding is André Pollard se vrou.
Ja, man.
Het jy nie per by sit 'n crafty kids gehad, so ek sê sommer vir haar vra.
Ik maak een deal met jou.
Het jy wie nog crafty kids gehad? Kuns. Albertus Bakkel. Ken jy glo hy sit like die kuns op laerskool gedoen? Hæ?
Lisa Bakkel.
Ja, Albertus wat vir Griekwas gespeel het.
En Lisa.
Ja.
Lisa wat nou make-up doet.
Right.
Ken haar.
Nee, ja, ek ken hulle nie so goed nie. Maar ek ken my suster goed. Right. Right. Ons soek gou 500 op hierdie een. Ek het 500 daarso. Vinnig gou klaarmaak. 500. Ek soek gou as ons 800 kan gaan ek gaan vir 800 peer. Okay, eerste ou wat my 800 gee, vat hom. No questions. 800 going once, going twice. Yes, laat jy maar die try. Okay, nou jy betaal vir die try, jy nog vir die handteken betaal nie. R900 dan maak ek hom toe. 900. R1000. Wat sê? 1000. Hoeveel? O, ek dink okay. 800 going once, going twice, 800 sold. Baie dankie. Ek net vir jou sê jou try is aan die linkerkant, laat jy nie te mekaar raak, jou try is aan die regterkant. Okay, laaste ding gou net. Is daar enige manne wat bietjie van hulle cricket hou? Okay, ons gaan hier vinnig. Ons gaan dit vinnig hardloop. Okay. Ek dink jy kan 'n beter kombinasie kry nie. Herschel Gibbs, Quentin de Kok, Jacques Callis, Ivy de Villiers, Hansie en John T. Wel, hoeveel toetse het jy gespeel? Right, R500. Enigiemand R500? Anybody R500? R400? R400? Okay. Okay, laat een Mark Belcher, Lance Cruiser, Sean Pollock, Albie Morkel, Dale Steyn en Alan Donald. Enige bowlers hierso? Nou dan, 500. 500 going once, going twice. Okay, 1000 dan vat jy albei. Okay. Sit nou hier, 1000, dat is. Dankie. Okay, ek het die laaste en ek weet nie hoe groot die man op hulle golf is nie. Ek gaan net die agtergrond gee. Ek het 'n raam daarso met 'n vlaggie wat geteken is. Wat gebeur? Ons doen elke jaar vir Sunday International al 'n raamwerk vir die Nedbank golf toernooi. Wag, laat ek gou haal. Daai man kan nie so ver kyk nie. Okay, elke jaar wat dan international doen tydens die toernooi vat hulle 'n klomp pinflags, groot pinflags wat hulle in die players enclosure sit, dan word dit geteken en daai pinflags gaan na die borge toe en pryse vir die sportras. Toe in 2018 die laaste toernooi klaar hulle sukkel bietjie om hulle kry so 8, 9 handteken op 'n vlag. Dan lyk die vlag bietjie kaal. Toe kom ons met die idee met 'n kleiner vlag wat ouens begin klaar, hy het nie spasie in sy huis nie. Toe teken hulle die vlag en hulle 10 van die vlaggies gebruik en 2019 toe vra vir die luister, ek sit met die 10 vlaggies, wat moet ek daarmee maak? Toe sê reg, ons mag jy goed in die mark sit. Nou dit is 'n eksklusiewe produk net vir die borge en vir die sporters wat Sunday National, jy kan dit nie buite kry nie. Ek het nie geworry wie teken nie, was nie my produk nie, tot ek, hulle sê ek kan dit in die mark sit. Die ouens wat hom geteken het, Lee Westwood, hy het die toernooi gewen, Shane Lowry, Louis Oosthuizen, Charles Schwartzel, Hendrik Stenson, Sergio Garcia, Gary Player, Rory McIlroy, ek dink is, ek dink Brandon Stone is hier geteken. Nee, Brandon Grace het geteken op hom nie. Brandon Grace in 2017 gewen. Right, so dit is 'n produk wat jy nêrens gaan kan kry nie. Hy werk met krag dat die balletjie kan draai. Hy het nie krag in die huis het nie. Praat met my, ons sit 'n slinger in, as skoonma Sondag kom kuier, kan sy die slingertjie draai vir julle. Right. Kyk, sê skoonma moet daar koek en tee verdien. Right. Ons het 'n reserve van 9,5 op hom. So as jy bietjie moet in jou skoensak, as nie bot het nie, dan gaan ons sal ek hom daar sit en dan kan julle na die tyd kom praat.
Dit is skoonma aan.
Sê weer?
Vir 9,5 die skoonma aan.
Man,
Jy kan die skoonma vat, ek sê die dogter vat en dan stel ons helfte.
okay, ek hoor Naleni Pandor is beskikbaar. Right. Hè? Het jy 'n dogter gesien al? Nee, jy man is nou weer, hy het nou vergeet van daai goed en die, okay, right, so geen bot nie. Pierre, is daar enige ander wat ons gou nog? Baie dankie sê vir almal se moeite om die dag 'n sukses te maak. En die geheim van 'n unie se sukses lê in die krag van jou klub rugby. Ek dink is regtig Boland rugby het die vermoë om met die grootes saam te praat en dit vat goeie bestuur en manne met 'n passie. Dit wat ek doen ek nie vir die geld nie. As ek vir geld te doen het, dan het ek aangery met 'n groter bus of 'n ou die veiling vir my kom doen. Ek doen daai vir die passie, want dit gaan deel van ons geskiedenis. As ons nie ons geskiedenis Maak nie saak watter foute aan die verlede gemaak het. As ons nie daai geskiedenis vasvat en dit hou en met die nageslag deel nie, verloor ons deel van ons heritage waar ons vanaf kom of wat gebeur het. Ek sit een van die foto's van Pieter Steff, Piet Spiere. Ek laat eers vertel, ek by oom 'n argief gekry oor rugby van 1946 af deur tot 86 toe, oor Springbok rugby, provinsiale rugby. David de Villiers met Jochie Viljoen wat hom jaag en sulke goed. David toe vir Boland te speel. In my afval Pieter Steff se oupa foto wat hy in die kleedkamer sit, kop onderste bo, besig om te bid voor op die veld gaan. En dit is die tipe geskiedenis wat ons moet oordra aan ons youngsters vandag toe. Die dinge wat hulle mee te doen het in 'n omgewing waar hulle groot word, is so uitdagend in vergelyking met wat ons as laities kon speel tot 9:00 in die aand toe. Vandag is dit bietjie moeilik vir die manne. So ons moet kyk na ons kinders, hulle is die manne vir die toekoms. En ek glo Boland gaan nog 'n helse klomp spelers uit klub rugby uitkry. Maak nie saak waar jy speel nie. Janie Engelbreg van ek dink amper van Garries af het hy Springbok geword. So die geleentheid daar. Baie dankie en Ek wil net 'n laaste ding sê. As jy bang is vir jou vrou wat jy ding koop, ek het een nou gehad, sy naam is Frikkie. Frikkie bly in Sasolburg. Hy het 'n raam by my gekoop. Maar Frikkie kon net 'n deposito van 2000 betaal. Die raam was 4000 en 2 jaar later toe bel ek vir Frikkie en ek sê vir hom, luister Frikkie, hoe lyk dit nou met daai laaste 2? Hy sê nee jong, jy moet my raam kom haal. Kom by hom. Hy stuur my die adres. 5 minute later hier kom 'n oproep. Luister, kom na hierdie adres, my vrou vir my dooddonder as sy weet van hierdie raam. Kom by die adres, hier hang die raam. Ek sê nou Frikkie, waar is jou ander raam? Hy sê nee, hy's by die huis. Ek sê nou, wie se huis is hierdie? Ek sê nee, is my Pelsin. Ek sê nou, wat maak die raam by hom? Hy sê nee, ek kom my elke aan druk ek 'n dop en kyk na my raam. So hy het op die einde het hy maar die raam teruggegee. Ek sê ja, die raam het jy nou nog nie klaar betaal het nie. So ja, my afval dit is nou die dag toe Frikkie sy ander raam bel hy my, iemand het ingebreek en sy klein currybeker se kop afgesteel, so nou sal ek maar van daai ding vervang op 'n stadium. Baie dankie.
James,
I'm gonna use this one. The smaller one. So I have to use the big one today.
You're live. That is live.
Oh, is this one live? I see the sound moving there. I'll pick up. So.
Away from here. This is live.
I hope that you are enjoying yourself. Let it go well on you, Mox. Good to see you
Enjoy.
Let's give it to Rudy, I'm going to check in with Rudy.
I already said to Chris, I'm going to give my father one and I'm going to keep the other one.
Okay, talk to me, please.
1, 2, Mike. Are we ready to go?
Testing 1, 2.
Okay, sorry, just come here. Your microphone first, please.
Mike, check 1, 2, 1, 2. Mike, check 1, 2. Sorry, gents.
Testing
just
1,
get here
2.
to the
We are
back.
testing 1, 2.
Management consultant.
Sorry, excuse me.
Coffee on the 26th of August. In fact, we
I have the results. Log results and pictures. Maar die prijzen maar samen met ons huis te vat, wat dit 'n klein was.
thing first. Watch me, and I'll give you a cue when you want to stop. Don't worry about the noise that's going on here. You're just going to, you're focusing on us, yeah? Do you want to tell them to be quiet or anything, or are you just going to go?
Mike, are we good? Just cue us. All right, though, Lush. Let's do this, brother. Welcome to another edition of the Not So Normal Rugby Show. Of course, your boy OCV, and with me back after being on assignment last week at Outeniqua with his Paarl boys, gents. Mr. Lucian, keep it a hazard, brother.
OCV, hallelujah, first of all, glory to God, good to be back.
Yeah.
Good to be back on the show, good to be back talking about rugby,
Yeah.
and good to be sitting here next to you once again. At the beautiful Boschenmeer, what more can we ask for, OCV?
Yeah, I was looking at the views earlier on the golf course. There's no better way to network than on the golf course. It's a beautiful day. We had a good turnout, and yeah, I'm excited. We had the beautiful Boschenmeer Golf Club, also known as the Paarl Golf Club. Quite a few guys won some interesting prizes at the golf day. I mean, there's a lot of ladies that's going to be really happy that their cars are going to be maintained and washed and clean even throughout the winter, Lucian.
Yeah, as I also saw now, there were 9 teams that participated. Everybody got prizes. I see the one team left their prizes here. The car cleaner, the tire cleaners are left behind here. So we might have to look at that and see maybe if we can score some prizes. The guys went home too early.
Yeah, let it be known that any unclaimed prizes at the golf day is going to be given to the presenters of the Not So Normal Talk Show. We've got cars as well that need to be cleaned, so we want to thank Pia and the team for that. We also want to thank everybody for coming out and really just, I mean, this was something that we threw together. There's a specific reason why we did this. We need to get some sort of substance in order for us to continue to do the work that we do in club rugby. And well, we're not going to take too much time because we need to get into it. It's a jam-packed show. It's a shortened show. We unfortunately don't have any highlights because we are actually bang on live. Normally, this time we would be releasing our episode, but I know you've been excited to do this live for all our subscribers and followers out there.
Yeah, no, Shiva, I think it's exciting to have it live. You know, when it's live, it gives the audience opportunity to also maybe write a comment. You know, because we are on YouTube, it allows for our subscribers, it allows for those people watching to just put in a message, to write something in the comment, type to us. We can even see it. We can even now start chatting about your comments. Maybe if you have some questions, we might be able to answer it live as we go along, because I believe that that would be the way going forward, going live, yeah. And obviously YouTube, definitely one of the places that you want to find yourself on. YouTube will definitely be in the future if we look at TV and those type of things. So it's good that we as Club Rugby Live are into the YouTube market, and we are into the Boland market, and we are making Boland big once again, HCV.
Yeah, no, definitely. We just want to, before we get into it, we just want to say thank you so much to our, not our sponsors, but our partners at FFG Sports and Noel and Pia for putting this day together. Speaking of live, you can WhatsApp us as well. We've got a WhatsApp line. That number is 074 774 2904. That's 074 774 2904. So pop in those questions. Let us know what you think about what we're doing in the club scene, especially, you know, in the Boland area. I think we're doing a good job.
Yeah, we're doing a fantastic job at the moment, HCV. Streaming 6 games every weekend since the second round began now. Numbers are looking good. We're reaching good numbers. And also we're getting more involvement all across the Boland. The more this thing is growing, the more it's going to pick up. You know, I saw the other day, have you seen that a video of a snowball rolling? It starts small and then it rolls and it becomes big. And I believe that we are on our way in terms of that with Club Rugby Live, in partnership with Boland and FFG Sports. Very important that you have the right partners, have the right people on board the ship that want to see the ship sail for the right destination, for the correct destination. And I believe with everybody on board now, we are sailing for that destination, which is greatness in the Boland HCV.
Yeah, speaking of greatness, always, as per usual, you know, when we're wearing our t-shirts, I don't know why, but if you're watching right now, check the comment section, please. Please let me know Evolution needs to get a larger t-shirt, because he's always got the bloody guns out every single week. That's why I prefer that I have the other apparel on, like a top or something, because yes, brah. Like it's like you so, man. We're live, it's 10,000 people watching our armors. They must see my arms are like 3 times smaller than yours.
This is the not so normal rugby show, you know, and yeah, I'm waiting for them for the new apparel so that I can wear some long sleeve shirt. It is a little bit cold here, but you came with a short shirt, so I said, hey, let's go with the short shirts as you be.
Yeah,
so,
that's something you can look forward to as well. Is the Club Rugby Live and FFG Sports apparel line. It's gonna come out soon. T-shirts that we are wearing right now, the hoodies, etc. We're gonna definitely soon get our online store up. But enough about that. We need to get into what we do best, and let's talk about rugby.
Yes.
And we'll start things off, as per usual, at Western Province.
Yeah.
Quite a big weekend it was this past weekend. Big games throughout. Let's get into those results, and we'll start with Marty's Hamlets. That's one of the games that we thought would perhaps, you know, be a big score.
The three digit.
Yeah, it ended up being close to there as well. 64 points to 12. Durban coming out victorious against the UWC, 38 points to 15. NTK got hammered at home, 22 points to 66 by UCT. Tigerberg beat SK Warmers 34-6. And then the game of the weekend, if we could call it that, Villages narrow loss against Unimil, 17 points to 15.
Yeah, it shows that the Villager Milnerton game shows how far Villager has come since the beginning of the year. HCV coming from taking massive defeats in those first opening rounds, now coming just within a few points of the log leaders, which is Unimil. But if we look at the logs, the VP Super League A log, Unimil still on top of the log. They've played 13 games, 111, 54 points. Just below them, UCT, which is going to, this weekend is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Unimil against UCT. They are playing in Milnerton, of course. Number 1 versus number 2. UCT still unbeaten.
And they've got games in hand.
And they've
on
got game-
Unimog.
they've got 2 games
By
in
the way,
hand as well.
I'm gonna be there. We are live in 6 different regions in the Boland, and I'll be live at Unimog versus UCT.
Oh, you got
That's
the-
gonna
you
be a
got the
big.
good game. You got the big game.
That's going to be a big game. Top of the table
But I got
clash.
the big game in Boland.
Oh, you
so
got the
I'm
big
gonna
game in
be-
Boland.
so
We'll
I'm
talk about that a little
Yeah, we'll
later.
talk about it a little
We'll finish with the Western Province
Yeah.
first. The logs, it looks interesting currently. Hamilton's, Marty's, Durbell, Falls Bay, UCT and Milnerton.
Yeah, let me just go through that. So Milnerton, top of the log, UCT second, third Falls Bay, fourth is Durbell, Marty's in the 5th place, and the top 6 is completed by Hamilton's. Now the top 6, obviously now Tigerberg, they have a game in hand on Hamilton's. They are sitting on 32, and Hamilton's are sitting on 38. So if Tigerberg are still looking for that top 6 spot, Tigerberg might be the team that might do it.
Just sneak in there.
They might. But 7th place Tigerberg, 8th place Villager, 9th UWC, 10th Kuilsrivier, and then from 11th down Hershey, 11th down to 15. This is where I believe there is still There's still hope for a lot of teams, because if you look at the fixtures now with Paarl and Brackenfell playing against each other as well this weekend, so it's Brackenfell.
That's going to be a big game. Because Paul's got 11 games, Brackenfell's got 12 games. There's a little bit of a points gap, but there's still all to play for.
All to play for. So Brackenfell are sitting there. They're sitting on 15 points. NTK is sitting on 15 points. And then in the relegation zone, Hamlets, they're sitting on 12 points. So one win for Hamlets could catapult them out of that relegation zone. So
Hamlets play Kuilsrivier this weekend. That's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, and Kuilsrivier not in the best of forms.
Yeah, they lost quite a couple of players to Boland teams as well.
Yeah, I saw Carlo van Grenen this weekend as well.
Mills Besaiden, he's moved as well.
He also moved.
He's also moved to Newtons as well.
Yeah, it's weird to see that players decide to move.
Middle of the season. That's the cool thing about being in the Boland leagues, is there where there is a transfer window in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
we have one at
when does it end?
It ended now, at the end of July. We also have one here in Western Province, but obviously there's a certain time frame we have to complete those transfers in. But some of the guys moved from Kuilsrivier to the Boland teams, so not really a lot of strength there for Wayne and his coaching team.
Yes, and they have a new coach now as well, so they will be, this is their last game, Kuilsrivier's last game. They are on 13 games, their last game. So if they win this, they will be safe, but if they lose, it's gonna leave the ball in the hands of the other teams.
Yeah.
And as we can see, Brackenfell also on 15 points. They're on 12th position. Hamlets in the relegation zone, 12 points. So 3 points there. And followed by Paarl on 8 points. And SK Homers, who has 4 points.
Yeah.
Still to play for that 12 spot. So I won't count Paarl and Hamlets out just yet.
I think SK Warmers is done for, if I do the math. I mean, look, they play Hamilton's this weekend. It's the derby. It's at the track.
I think SK Homers can take this one. I think Hamiltons have too much respect for SK Homers. I think SK Homers can pull something out of the bag here.
Well, I caught up with Rob earlier, and the boys are well prepared. They're at training right now. I want to say, first of all, thanks to Coach Rob and his coaching staff for coming to the golf day as well, and then for obviously having to go to practice. But they seem well prepared. They seem in it to win it this weekend, because they also want to secure that 6th place.
Yeah, if they come in it to win it, then it's going to be difficult for SK Homers. But if Hamiltons come with anything less than that, this could be an opportunity for SK Homers to say, we can move ourselves up here. We can maybe get 4 tries, maybe get a win here, move ourselves up to 9 points, put ourselves back into that safety position, because if you stay on 4 points after this weekend, then it's gonna be, then you are gone.
Well,
it's all to play for this weekend.
It's all to play for, and it's all going to go down this weekend in the Western Province Super League A. We'll run through those fixtures now. Brackenfell, Paul, as usual, I'll ask Lucian for his prediction about who's going to win, and I'll give mine as well. Brackenfell, Paul, how do you see that one going?
I think Paarl is going to Brackenfell, and they're going to cause an upset there and take some points there.
Oh, Lucian's calling an upset.
I have to go for Paarl this weekend. Paarl have to do something there.
Jeepers. Hamlets, Kuilsrivier?
I think Hamlet is going to win that one.
Hamlet's at home.
What do you think?
as well?
Hamlet's going to win. Hamlet?
I think Hamlet is going to take that one. We'll see.
Let us know what you also think while we're on this. Let us know.
Drop us in the comments section.
This is what's great about the YouTube. You can quickly also interact, engage with us, and also quickly give some feedback. What do you think is who's going to win?
Yeah, definitely. Falls by Marty's, big one. At the Bay in Constantia.
Falls by. I think Falls Bay is going to win that one.
No, the Marty's is back, eh?
Yeah, they back, but are they 100% back yet? I know Falls Bay has been. They've already come up against the challenge of losing a match and having to bounce back and having to fight back again and having to show their quality.
Yeah.
Big win last week also. So I think Falls Bay on a roll. They take Marty's clean out this weekend.
UWC Villagers?
Villager is going to win that one.
Villagers.
Yeah, I think Villager now with the quality that they have, and it's coming just close to Unimil. They still have a lot to play for with the players that they have there now, actually.
And then Double NTK.
Durbel.
You're calling it Double?
Yeah, Durbel is going to give NTK a buck this weekend.
Oh, my word.
I think NTK in danger there, sitting there, not so nicely there in that 12 spot.
As a former
former
NTK coach, I apologize for my co-host here, just absolutely writing you guys off against Durbel
I think
this weekend.
I think it's going to be a hiding this week.
You think it's going to be hiding? Well, we'll see next week. We'll see next week.
We'll have the same chat next week. It's going to be. I think Durbel walks away with a 50 there. I think they're going to club NTK.
Okay. Union Milnerton UCT, top of the table clash. 54 points, plays 53 points. 14 matches. After this weekend, plays 12. UCT with 2 games in hand. How do you see this going? Oh, mind you, UCT unbeaten, 11 out of 11.
Yeah.
How do you see this one going?
SCV, I know the UCT coach. I know some of the UCT coaches. I think they've got something up their sleeves for the scrums. They've got something up their sleeves for the mauls. They come with something, man, to where they know they are not so strong. They know how they can maneuver things. So I think UCT goes to Milnerton and they come their way, surprising victors, SUV. What is your call there?
Jeepers, I'm not going to call this one because I'm going to call this one down the middle. I'm going to be commentating this game on Saturday. Union Milnerton play UCT. I'm going to be at Theo Marais Park. Kickoff is earlier due to the box.
What time everybody is the box playing this week?
The box still playing at 5, but the game started off at 3:30. So 15:30 kickoff. Theo Marais Park is the place to be. Top of the table clash with top of the table Union Milnerton play UCT, unbeaten UCT. It's going to be an absolute crack of a game.
You have a good game this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this game because
be a good one.
I've done Unimil's games, quite a few of the games this year, and I think that
who do you think is going to bring it through there for them?
I think Unimil.
Who are the players that you think are going to make a big impact there? Obviously, we don't know the UCT players quite well.
So we all know that there was a certain red card incident against Tygerberg a couple of weeks ago, right? For Unimil and Tygerberg. So Kavino Mabola got a red card, and a man known to a lot of people in the rugby fraternity, Mr. Hilton Loberts, also got a red card. So I was going to say Hilton Loberts was going to be one of those, but he's not eligible to play this weekend. So for me, Leon Carstens always sets the tone, wearing that number 6 jersey, leading out his Unimil side, making sure that the guys stick to their game plan. They know what they want to do with regards to their set piece and then their counter-attacking ability. He's one. I think from a backline perspective, the guy who really dictates the play is not. It's not Tonight Arendse, which is weird because normally you would see, and if you guys are watching online now, you would agree with me that normally you would have your fly off would dictate your play, but that's not the case with Unimil. They've got a brilliant little scrum off, Labib Kannemeyer. He absolutely dictates the way they play and where they play. He's got great tactical awareness. It's everything. I mean, we qualified coaches, we know when we see a player of quality. He's got great tactical awareness. His tactical kicking game is of note. He can definitely give Faf de Klerk and Jaden Hendricks a go. That's just how how big of a rugby brain this guy is, and I think he's gonna be one of those to pull it through for Milnerton at Milnerton.
Oh, good scouting there from Hershey. He believes that Lapip Kanamaya will be the go-to man in Milnerton this weekend. So very excited for that one. I'll have to catch up on the highlights of the Milnerton versus UCT match, and that for all the Western Province fixtures, results, and also the log as we move on to the Boland Groot Uitdag Liga. Hallelujah, HV. Once again, rugby played across all spectrums of the Boland. We just heard our president, Bennie van Rooi, speaking about how many clubs there is in the Boland, 216 clubs, the biggest province or biggest union probably in the world with the most clubs. So Boland, he says he's going to do great things. We believe that Boland is on the rise. Boland is busy lifting up to new heights. So as we go into that, let's start HCV. We'll start with the Swartland Liga.
There's a reason why we also need to start with Swartland. And I mean, for the neutral, for me and you, I think it's spectacular what's happening with regards to the Groot Uitdag. But now, for those of you who are at home and you guys caught a glimpse of what's happening around social media, there was an incident last week at a couple of clubs, and we are going to name them because it's been named, and at the Club Rugby news as well in the Swartland. Abbotsdale played Porterville, and it was absolutely insane, the videos that we've seen trending on social media. That's not the kind of thing we want to see trend on social media. I mean, this is the Groot Uitdag. There's supposed to be a level of discipline and professionalism around what people do at the club and how the spectators behave. This is not the sort of thing that we want to see.
This is definitely not the sort of thing that we want to see, RCV. I saw the videos, I saw a couple of it. I don't like to watch those type of things actually. But I saw what happened was glasses being thrown, all these type of things. We do not condone this type of behavior at rugby matches, RCV. I know. I mean, you want to take your family to a rugby match, you want to go and enjoy the rugby that is being played. You don't want to run out there, running for your life, running because of fear, running because you are in danger. So please, everybody out there, Boland supporters, loyal Boland supporters, we ask you, just to go to the rugby and enjoy yourself. Don't go out there and make a disruption and make it tough for everybody else to enjoy it. Because we are working hard. Bennie van Rooi also spoke to me earlier with regards to what is going to happen to the clubs now, Abbotsdale and Porterville, of course.
Do you have any idea what's going to happen? Can you just share with everybody?
So, Porterville and both Abbotsdale have been suspended. They've been suspended. Does indefinitely mean until further notice. So there's not a date until exactly when Porterville and Abbotsdale will make a return, which is hard. So because these guys have been playing, they've been working hard, and now of the field incidents is causing for them not to continue playing. So so they will be out now until further notice. The LOC and the management, those people, they will obviously make a decision or when it is fit for those clubs to return to play. But we hope that this will be a lesson to all the clubs. We hope that it will be a sort of a learning school for us. That
learning curve,
let it be something that is, we can't just go doing this and expect there won't be any punishment for the club. Because you can't, that type of behavior is just unacceptable.
Yeah, it is. There was another incident, Goodhopes and Darling as well. You have any information on what's happening over there with them?
No information with regards to Darling and Good. Is it Goodhopes?
Goodhopes.
I only have the score. I have the score of the Goodhopes game. Goodhopes 6, Darling 12. I have no further information with regards to if they are going to be.
If there's going to be a suspension as well. There was another incident, like I said, the word that we've got is that all 4 clubs that were involved in the gang fight, I call it, because that's, to me, it looked like it was. Well, we're not sure, but we will get more information to you and make sure that you guys know what is happening. But according to my knowledge, all 4 clubs have been suspended indefinitely, which makes for great reading. And Mike, if you can just jog that up, the Swartland log. As we have it, Westbank and Abbotsdale is our 1 and 2.
And
But
Abbotsdale
because
have now been-
Abbotsdale now being suspended, that automatically moves, and there's a question mark about Darling, that automatically moves Never Despair up to 2nd place. Speaking of, we covered the Never Despair Westbank game. You've got the scores. What happened in that game?
Never Despair played Westbank. Never Despair going down to Westbank there. 38 points to 45. I just have to make sure. Sorry, let me just make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, 38 points to 43.
43.
Actually, yeah. So,
one try
so
game.
Westbank coming away victors there. Other results, I don't have the Porterville Abbotsdale results, and I don't have the Koringberg versus Saron results. So, yeah, but Wittewater Villagers lost to Moreesburg 19-23. Also, that is the Swartland results. So a lot of things happening in the Swartland area. I hope that they can sort out whatever is happening there, SUV. And yeah, so that we can see rugby there. Of course, the Swartland area very rich, very full of talent also.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to move on from Swartland and we're going to move to the Overberg, where things are starting to heat up at that section of the Groot Uitdag. We see Caledon still top of the log there, Houston as well. Yes, so Bredasdorp Rangers looking to sneak in there along with Safkol. We covered the Safkol game this No. We had Atlantic's Houston this week.
Yeah, Atlantic's actually beat Houston, and you just said Houston is one of the top of the log guys. I know they had Safkol and Atlantic's. They've got some big players there. Eh?
There's a 28-point gap between Houston and Atlantic's on the log, from 2nd to 8th. They are, Atlantic's is 5 points just ahead of Grabouw Club, and they are in the relegation zone. But it just goes to show how competitive the Boland League really is, where you could have a team that's fighting for relegation or fighting for survival. They can be the top 2 team.
Yeah, they can beat, and that is the quality that we have in the Boland. If you don't pitch up for a match, if you don't come there with the attitude or with the mindset that today is going to be a battle, today is going to be a war, today I'm going to have to put my body on the line, today I'm going to be at 100%, then you might find yourself on the losing side, CV. So if you look at the results in the Overberg, Atlantic's beating Houston 14-13. Black Leaves losing to Bredasdorp Rangers 15-24. And the other result that I have, Grabouw 10 and Caledon 17. I do not have the results of Botrivier and Kleinmond and Genadendal against Safkol. We'll get those results again.
Yeah, but it is tough. It's tough. We're going to move over now to Noordwester, where we obviously see Delicious and Citrusdal top of the table there. Good outing for the teams in the Noordwester?
Yeah, look, Citrusdal coming away victorious over the Marines 40-33. Eagles beating the Majestics 38-23. Yalansby defeated at home by the Invincibles 10-33. And Excelsior taking a beating at home against Delicious 7-55.
Well, we're going to move now to the Weskus. And
yes.
Interesting, it's heating up there because this coming weekend we're going to have the top 2 teams in the Weskus region, and they're going to, this is going to be a humdinger of a game.
It's going to be a humdinger, obviously.
You're going to be there?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. So Club Rugby Live has sent me out to Saldanha this weekend in the Weskus to the coverage of the game between Saldanha and St. Helena, top of the log clash. Really looking forward to that one. So if you are in the area, if you are in the Saldanha area, please, so on Saturday, come say hi, come say hello. It would be nice to meet you. It would be nice to see you on that side. So yeah, the results for where were we? Weskus, yeah. So Hopefield beating the Piketberg Rhinos 15-13. Paternoster beating Langebaan 27-24. St. Helena going down to Vredenburg 18-23.
That's the one that I want to get onto, because now that brings Vredenburg up to a position where if they win this weekend and St. Helena loses, they can get up there as well. maybe not via points difference, but they can be on the same amount of points and also look to qualify for that top 12.
Yeah, that now, do you see now, if you lose matches, it makes the whole thing open. Like Saint Helena now losing to Vredenburg at home. It makes for interesting reading here in the Boland, and it's just gonna keep on coming. So the game between Veldrift and Saldanha, I don't have that result. If you maybe have it. This is why it's so good that we're live. Maybe somebody can give us the results also there through. And then the last game was Young Hearts against Mamre. Young Hearts winning there at home to Mamre 10 points to 3.
Interesting stuff indeed. We're going to move over now, and Wit Centraal is where we're going to be focusing right now. Top 2 teams currently still in the log. Unofficially is Hamlet and Roses. Hamlet still top.
Bella Vista probably
Bella Vista just under Roses, and that's purely on points difference.
Does HCV, the Wit Centraal, I almost, if you want to make a pre-prediction for that top 12, for that winner, for that, you have to go here in the Wit Centraal, because here is where there's a lot of quality residing in the Wit Centraal at the moment. If we look at the results, Bella Vista victorious over Delicious, 48 points to 25. Ceres losing at home to Woolsley, 6-19. And then Hamlet, who is proving themselves to be worth it here in the Wit Centraal League, winning Newton, 74 points to 30. That's a big result.
Wow.
Newton, that's a big result. Roses United defeating Hillcrest in the derby, the match that we covered, 26 points to 7. And then the last game in the Wit Centraal, Temperance beating Tulbach at home, 47 points to 20.
Things are heating up indeed. We're going to go to the Breë Langeberg now, and there's a little line that's been drawn through this log, because we're looking at not a top 2 but a top 4, where any of these 4, in my opinion, they're well on form. I'm talking about Ashton, Rangers Robertson, Montague Club and Robertson Town. Any of them can still make this top 12. Now, it makes for interesting reading, because this log, and this is why we keep it for last, and this is why we say that the Boland is one of the competitive, if not the most competitive leagues or unions in the world, because if you look at this log, right, check it right down up until Swellendam. Everybody has beaten everybody in this league. Robertson Town's top of the log, but they've only lost 4 games. If you look at this log, it makes for tough reading, because you can't call who's going to make it here for that top 2 positions.
Yeah, and even if you look at the results are so close, Hirsch. If you just look at the results. Robertson Rangers won at home to Young Hamiltons, 26-20. Montague Club beating McGregor, 31-27. Protea beating Worcester Villagers, 23-15. And then Toe Park losing at home to Robertson Town, 12-26. Wow. So I don't have the result of the Eastern Swellendam game, but you see how close those results are. 4 points, 7 points. The biggest one was 12 points. So the score differentials there very close in the Breë Langeberg.
Definitely. I just want to ask Mike, can you just swap over to the top 30? Because Lucian, there's something interesting in the top 30. Obviously, we work on a point system, and as you can see there's a couple of teams that is not even in the top 2, right? Darling and Never Despair. Obviously, we don't know what's happening with Darling, but Never Despair as well. They've scored more points they've got more log points than some of the teams that's first and second in their divisions.
Yeah, but look, this top 30, it's just a scale at the end of the day of all the clubs. You need to find yourself, HCV, in that top 2 spot in your league.
In your region,
you can be here in the top 30, you can look great, but if you don't make the top 2 spot in your district, in your area, in your league, then we won't see you at the Boland top 12 at the Boland Stadium, HCV.
Yeah, I spoke to the president earlier, and he was saying to me that they are excited and we also should be excited, because rugby is not going to stop until the 3rd of December this year. That's when it's finals day at the Boland Stadium, and we are so hopeful that we're going to be there as well. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait, because finals day is going to be this big showcase. It's going to be starting at about 11 a.m. in the morning, so we're hoping to fill up the entire Boland Stadium. All the finals, I'm being told by, or I was told by the president, is going to be played on the A field. That is something historical. It's something that's never happened before. A lot of the Community Shield and Streek Uitdag guys, they've always just played on the B field where the Groot Uitdag boys or the old President's Cup Premiership guys, they've only had the opportunity to play at a full stadium on the A field. Now it's free game. Everybody, every single final is going to take place at the A field. How historical is that?
Historical, something to look forward to, something to be excited about, and something that has to urge you as a supporter to go out and support your team RCB on Saturdays, to make sure that you give everything to make sure that your team also takes part on that history. You don't want to watch, or maybe you want to watch it on Club Rugby Live that day, but I'm sure that you would want to be in the stadium to be there and supporting your team live RCB.
Yeah, well, stadium capacity is obviously the main issue. And we want to fill it up, but even if you can't make your way to the stadium, and you know what, the cool thing about us is the fact that you can actually share this broadcast to anybody around the world. If you've got family in Taiwan, Hong Kong, it doesn't matter where they are. They can watch you live as well on finals day. And we're going to be asking all the clubs and all the representatives of the Boland Rugby Union to share the finals day as far and wide as possible, so we can continue to give you the platform where you deserve to be. I'm going to ask Mike to let us take a little bit of a break here, just a little bit of a breather for a couple of minutes. You're going to enjoy a couple of highlights. I don't know exactly which one it is, but we'll be back shortly, and we'll definitely grab Pierre and Noel for a little bit of a golf day review. We'll be back in a bit. You can just. Welcome back to the Not So Normal Rugby Show. We should be doing a little golf day review, but luckily for us, we've got the PR man, the man of the moment, the media man of FFG Sports. Ashley, how are you?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
You should have a handicap to play golf. Do you have one?
No, I don't. I think I only played 2 rounds of golf ever in my life. So, yeah, but I like watching.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're gonna before we get into what the collaboration between FFG Sports and Club Rugby Live, and I know Lucian's keen to know about the development and going forward, etc. Tell us more about you and your role at FFG.
Yeah, I think currently I'm the head of execution and also head of public relations, you know, chatting to you guys, what we're about and so on. So at the end of the day, it's all about getting the word out there. I think there's a lot of sports is such a nice vehicle. I know it sounds like a cliche. Sports is such a proper vehicle to get so many messages across. A lot of people, they engage in sports over weekends. They either watching it or playing it, or somehow they're involved with it, whether it's soccer, cricket, rugby. And I think the vehicle in its pure form is something that we need. You know, Nelson Mandela said, and it's once again another cliche, but he used the '95 World Cup to unite a lot of people. And here we are, the older. Back then I was like maybe in my teens. Now I'm sitting here in my 40s, and it makes so much sense. It still does. And the more I think about it, especially this year when we started to be more organized, or when we started with this endeavor, I'm thinking, wow, look at this tool in our hand. And the man said it himself in the 90s, and here we are. Yeah.
Yeah, you were speaking now, but you are the man behind the execution. You know, the rugby is very important to execute. And as we're speaking about execution, Ashley, what exactly, we spoke about development, what is the plans of what are you executing precisely, and what is the way forward, and what are the plans going forward?
Lucian, sure. You know what? Let's start big picture. The big picture is that there's a lot of optimization needed in sports. We have, like, I look at the English Premier League, and I look at the First Division, Second Division, and if you just look at Boland and Western Province as well, if you look at this, there's a culture already there. I think, Worcester Villages, next year I think it's their 140th year of existence. Now think about all that. It's the third, century. They started in the 1800s. They were there in the 1900s, and now they're here in the 2000s. So just think about all that value, all that culture that's within that sport. So big picture, we want to optimize those clubs. We want to optimize. That's just an example now. No commitments, just an example. It's saying. Cricket as well. There's a culture in the cricket. I think they have 4,000 registered members, just the Boland. Rugby, they have 18,000 registered players, 216 clubs. So just think about, and we can see a whole lot of optimization, whether it's for sustainability, in commercial value, in culture, in just being people. Not everybody's going to play for the Western Province Stormers or the Cavaliers or the Springboks. It gets narrow at the top, you know. Very good players, but not all of us can play at that level. What happens to them? You know, what happens to the normal guy in the street, the 4-year, 5-year, 6-year-old who wants to engage? So once again, big picture is about the optimization. It's about streaming. It's about getting the game out there to people that can't go to the games on a Saturday. It's about sure, there's such a lot of things that we're working on currently, and we're gonna release those in phases. The cricket, the cricket industry, cricket world as well. Just so many things that we can do. And optimization is a wide word. It says a lot, but let's just get sustainable. and get commercial value out of the existing clubs.
You know, Ashley, you were speaking now about the Premier League and how, if we look at the Premier League, how successful those clubs are. I mean, if you can pay a player 400k pounds a week or 200k pounds a week, I mean, that is worth more. 1 week's salary is worth more than some of these clubs 100 years that they probably spent on anything. So we are speaking now about sustainability. We are speaking about optimization. Do you see Boland Club Rugby or club rugby in South Africa in general, rugby in general, can reach up to that heights where we can become a global type of product with what we can sell globally?
Yeah, I also just wanna add into that, because there has to be a commercial side of things as well, where we have obviously, you know, everybody out there who's listening, who's got a business and stuff, people, business-minded people that have got money, they need to get involved in it. How crucial is the commercial side of things for Lucian's point is for us to be able to get to that level?
Yeah. I think it's because the product is not packaged properly. In marketing, we talk about the 7 Ps. You know, when I studied, we only had 4 Ps in the marketing mix, and then physical evidence came along and a whole lot of things. We talk about the 7 Ps. If you don't have that marketing mix right, we're not going to have a product that we can present to a potential investor. So that is what we want to do. If I say optimization, I mean packaging the whole thing so that we can sell that product to whoever. And to your question, absolutely yes. I think we can take this. We're already taking players. They already, I mean, the Europeans, the clubs, the French clubs, the Irish clubs, the English clubs, they're already buying these players. And so there's no reason, you know, I think the French club has got the most money, the GDP of that whole ecosystem is the highest in the world currently. Japan, they also quite high on spending power. So I think we can get to those levels. We just need to buy in, the clubs need to buy into the big vision. And I think we can't think silo anymore. Yeah. We can operate in silos, but there must be cross-pollination. There needs to say, listen, there's a bigger picture than just me being a president or a chairman of a specific club. So that is the stigma, that is the perception, that is the, what's the word? We need to position us as such. And that is where I think first step one of the first steps is to get those people, to all of us, to understand if we work together. The English clubs, I mean, if you speak to normal, like maybe a famous actor of England, you ask who's his support, his soccer club, say for instance in England, they would mention like Chesterfield or you know, Cheltenham, you don't, Peterborough. Okay, Peterborough is a fairly bigger club, but they mention these names. They won't say Arsenal or the bigger clubs.
Or Liverpool, or Liverpool, yeah.
Or Chelsea. They won't say that because it's such a rich culture. That little town might have only 5,000 or 7,000 people, but all of them support that one. So the Caledons of the world, the Botrefiers of the world, I see the same. I just see a lot of connecting of dots here that we can export and have the same ecosystem.
Yeah, it's also crucial that former professionals and guys that have influence, they give back to their clubs as well. Because you're speaking about, for instance, I mean, Sir Elton John is the chairman of Watford.
Exactly.
Right? And then you have got a guy like Ryan Reynolds, who we all know from Deadpool, etc., etc. He owns Wrexham, the United AFC. That's all the way out in Wales. So how crucial is it for these sort of influencers or these actors or these famous people to get involved with their clubs so they can push their influence back to their clubs and you know, get a little bit more of a following going for the club?
Think of that. We also have local superstars, okay? And that's also another industry. We talk about movie stars or film stars or just people on soapies in South Africa. That's the same culture if you get the buy-in. If people understand the whole ecosystem, if they understand, oh, this is how I fit in, that is how we're going to change the whole thing. So you can see, when I talk optimization, I'm talking about all these things. It's not just one thing. It's a 7 Ps coming together, the marketing mix coming together. Then we package that. I mean, World Rugby, what is the international body called? So
World Rugby.
World
yeah,
Rugby.
World Rugby.
There used to be the IRB,
The
yeah. So now World Rugby is saying, we want to take the game globally. I checked the rankings the other day. It goes up to number 28 now. 28 countries with the Georgias here in number 10. I can't remember. Spain was on there, Portugal on there, Chile on there.
Yeah.
So the vision is to take the game globally. And I mean, one of the best products in that ecosystem, once again, is South African rugby. And yeah, yes, exactly. I mean, not biased. And
I think it was Steve Hansen that came out and said that the best and most skillful rugby players come out of South Africa.
Exactly.
Where New Zealand, the guys from New Zealand need to actually work a lot harder on their skills and physicality than the guys in South Africa. It just goes to show that the talent pool here and the guys playing this game, there's a lot of potential here, but that potential needs a platform.
Yes.
And that's where we come in.
And that is where we come in, not just as one institution, as a whole economy, a whole new industry. We need to understand our roles, and we can't have the notion of being jealous. And that is. I mean, let's be honest. That's the thing. It's egos that's involved, and we need to break all those things. We need to be comfortable in ourselves, so we don't become jealous of a guy with all these big guns.
Yes.
You understand? And
Throwing it out there.
So we okay. We okay.
Yeah. No,
So that is the thing that we need to say. Listen, I'm okay of just being the pinky.
yeah.
That's my job, being this.
And you have a role as a pinky.
It's okay. That's you. So that is, it's a long game. I'm in it. Yeah.
Can I ask you, I know we are speaking now about we want unity to be formed in our clubs, in our rugby society. If we look at maybe Paarl now, you see in Paarl there is 16 rugby clubs. 16 rugby clubs in one town. Now, obviously, the best players, even some of Paarl's best players, play in Wellington also. Now, how can we make that like one thing? How can we say, you know what? Let's get Paarl a good team. Let's get Wellington, and let's love these.
Let's get Paarl competing at the top.
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
Super
because
League.
we've seen it now. We've seen that Drakensberg. You guys are following the Mayoral Cup. We had trials again the other day. So much good talent. I watched. I was actually the ref.
You part of the coaching team.
I'm part of the coaching team. Yeah, the Streekhuisdag team. And I saw the talent that we have at under 20 level. It was so amazing to see how good the talent that we have, rugby playing talent in Paarl. But how are we going to optimize that? How are we going to get the best players to be recognized? How are we going to get this thing globalized? Because I would love to see a club rugby game, more club rugby games. Obviously, we are on Club Rugby Live, but you want to see a club rugby game, maybe get a super sport or get bigger.
Go beyond that.
Bigger,
Yeah,
go beyond that.
I think those are exactly the relationships that we are pursuing. I think if we mention the bigger brands, the super sports of the world, we also need to be part of that conversation. And even the streamers, the commentators within the streaming world,
And the presenters.
and the presenters without the guns, without the guns.
Without the guns, I'll make sure my guns is bigger once we get a Super Bowl.
So I'm saying, egos once again. Sorry for
Yeah.
repeating myself, but it's an ego thing that that prevent us from that. We need to mitigate that specific risk. There's a place for each and every one under the sun, and in this industry, same applies. So it's hard work, I was thinking we were like breaking this thing up. And the more I'm thinking about it and breaking it down in terms of steps and processes, I'm thinking, wow, look at all this, look at all the work that's available, look at all the processes and the opportunity, and it's massive. Mm-hmm. So that's why each time when you speak to me, I think we spoke about four weeks ago at the Roses game as well. Where we were there and where we are now, and already a lot of implementation is taking place. Yeah. I can't divulge all the information now.
All I'm gonna do is yes.
Yes.
What's execution?
Yes,
With execution.
love it.
Guys, we need to work. That's the thing. We need to roll up our sleeves, and we need to work. But so many things have happened since those 4 weeks ago, because we're seeing stuff. We're looking at business plans, business processes, and we can just to execute that. It's gonna take buy-in from everybody, and if not everybody wants to buy in, we'll get the 5% who's buying in now, and we'll work from there forward. And then at the end of the day, we might have more people. We just need to get rid of the egos and the pride.
Yep.
Is that
That's it.
possible?
I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible. If you are a man of business and you like what Ashley has said and what we are doing at FFG Sports in collaboration, of course, with Club Rugby Live, you can get involved as well. You can email us clubrugbylive@gmail.com and FFG's details.
FFG Sports, you could find us on Facebook, on Instagram, FFG Sports. Our email, you can email us at info@ffgsports.co.za as well. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. We want to say thank you once again for FFG coming on board and really helping us take this platform to a next level. Thanks, Ash, for your time. We look forward to everything that's going to be implemented soon. I've been hearing some really good things, and for you, the viewer out there, the club rugby lover, you know it, man. It's going to be fantastic. This is just... Yeah, bro, that was a wrap with FFG, and now we get to the fun part of the show for myself and Lucian, because we are two qualified coaches for anybody, any club, any union, any province that's looking for coaches here. We've got the qualifications here, but it is time for Coach's Corner. And luckily,
Before we go further, Hershey, you qualified. What qualifications do you
I've
have?
got a
in the-
World Rugby
Please.
qualified level 2 and
Hallelujah.
7s and SNC. I'm just putting it out there. I am qualified. I did all
Yes.
my assessments. I am a qualified man.
You got your box mod, Hershey?
I've got a box.
Okay.
Look here. Speaking of, how funny is it that at some clubs they still think if you've got a box mod, you're a qualified coach?
But you are qualified, coach.
You're
if you get a
qualified.
box mod.
Safety.
You can
Safety.
They ask you. That's the qualification you need to coach. is
The
your
main
box mod.
qualification is to have a box mod, which is weird because I had to do quite a lot of hours to do my assessment to ensure that I eventually, once I get to a club that's at maybe a Roses United or at a UCT, which means I can then move up by doing some more coaching hours, getting better at what I do. I need to put all those hours in, including doing my box mod every second year, and then see if I can qualify to coach at a higher level. I'm qualified to do it now, but I obviously need the experience, you know what I mean? And then from there, there's quite a few club coaches actually that have qualified to go and do a level 3, for those of you who don't know. But if you have not done so yet and you're a coach, please contact everybody that you know. In fact, go to your club secretary or your match secretary. Let them get involved and get a hold of anybody at the Boland coaching development side.
Yeah.
Do a level 1. Trust me, it's going to change the way you think coaching is being done, and then from there you'll move into level 2, you'll do level 1 7s, level 2 7s, eventually do your assessment, and then voila, it's done. Also, please renew your box mod every 2 years. It is vital that we know what kind of safety measures we need to put in place for any specific let's say, incident. that
Incident
happened.
like HCV, what happened this weekend. This is why it's so important.
Oh,
to
by
have-
the way, we're in Coach's Corner already. We don't have a coach, but because we coaches, we can talk about things.
Yeah. So HCV, what happened this weekend, Paarl boys, I played against Outeniqua. What happened was one of the boys were on the ground and he got back up and the medics ran on. I'm a runner on the next to the field as well. So I'm running onto the field and I get towards the player. Now the opposition is on the attack, which means they are in our 22. It looks like they might go score. But my one is a good player. He's down. He's looking at me. I can see that he's not leg. He's wiggly. But I look behind me. I see that they are on the attack. And I have to make a decision in that moment. Am I going to send this player back onto the field? Or am I going to say, no, let him first come off and let us have an HIA?
Yeah.
In that moment, if you are not box smart and you do not have, or you more selfish thought and you just send out the player and something happens to that boy while he went back onto the field, it's going to be on you because you saw that this player isn't well, but you saw now that the opposition is on the attack and you must send the player back onto the field because you do not want to concede a try. And what happened was we actually conceded a try, but I know that my player was
safe.
fine and he was able to continue with the match. So box smart as a coach, vitally important, vitally
It's an important tool
yes.
to you as a coach and your development as well. Because it's not just about coaching the guys between the lines. It's also about knowing when to make the right decisions at the right time. And that was a good decision you made. And this is exactly what Coach's Corner is about this week. Because I want to touch base on Saturday's Bok game was the All Blacks. I'm a big All Black supporter. He knows it. We got absolutely hammered. We're probably going to get hammered again at Ellis Park on Saturday. But there was a couple of incidents. HIAs as a coach, it is crucial that you make the right calls at the right time. Faf de Klerk immediately taken off by Jacques Ninabe. Good call.
Good call. You know, you don't want to take any risks when it comes to those type of things, especially when it comes to the head. I mean, you let a guy play further, he might get another, and that guy could be brain damaged. You can't use his brain for the rest of his life. For you that wants one rugby match, or you want to win one rugby match, or just play that guy for the next few minutes. So we must also remember that we have a life ahead of us. This rugby match is ending in 80 minutes. And then you have the rest of your life. That's why it's so important to not go onto a field also with malicious intent. I want to pull out guys' eyes. I want to break legs. I want to do this. Then you should go do another sport. Then you should go do something different. Because rugby, I believe that we as opposition, we should be respecting one another enough to say, you know, let's play fair, let's play hard, let's play tough, but let's leave those other things that can cause, you know, doing something that can physically impair somebody for the rest of his life on a rugby field. We've heard about people that have died on a rugby field because people that were malicious and did stuff malicious. So we need to look at that, and that's why the box smart and all these initiatives are very important, RCB.
Yeah, no, there was another incident the weekend. Red card for Kurtley Arendse. You also as a had an HIA obviously taken off.
Look, that is why, you know, the up and under. The up and under, somebody asked me, why do the box kick the whole time? And the up and under is one of the most, to feel that ball out of the air. As a coach, as a player, having to do that, it is one of the most difficult skills.
Yeah.
It is also one of the most dangerous skills. You know how many guys I've seen go up and don't come down the same?
Yeah.
Ligaments being torn, head falling on head like that, falling on a shoulder, this look. So it is vitally important that when we do these things, that we look at the safety of both the guy going up for the ball and the guy that is contesting.
And that's where I want to come in, because both incidents happened differently. You guys at home obviously watched the game as well. Faf going in for a tackle and then he gets smashed. Kurtley competing for the high ball. How do you coach guys effectively with the high ball firstly, and then with the tackle?
Look, if I'm a coach, I would firstly.
No, you are a coach.
Yeah, if I was, I am a coach.
You are a coach.
So firstly, you would want to start small, just get the throw up. You know, you have to work in a progressive state. Start slow, start small, and then progressively make it more difficult for the player. So you would start with a small throw, just let the player get the feel of it, get the one knee up in the air, go up for the ball, especially you have to look also what side is the touchline. If the touchline is on this side, I want to get away from the touchline, get my knee up, get away from the touchline.
Effective technique, but then
Effective
also from a
technique.
safety aspect, you've got the shield as well, so you can jump into the shield.
Yeah, you can. Firstly, you get the guy with the shield first, so that you just get a feel for it. Here's a player coming. The guy is gonna lift the shield. You go up against the shield. Now you're training with it. Put it down the shield. Bring in another player, maybe another wing. Maybe somebody's also going to be contesting. Then you train this live, where they both go up for the ball, so that they actually can get a feel of contesting, and that you do. You can do that once a week with your backs or whoever is going to be contesting for the ball, and who's going to be, obviously mostly it's going to be the wing or the flyer for the fullback that will be put under pressure under these eyeballs.
Just a quick one before we get to the tackle. Jesse Creel's in for Kirtley on the wing. Not really effective under the high ball, but he's one of those guys you can depend on. Must depend on good defender. He's good on the attack. Really good offensive player.
Yeah.
Not so good under the high ball. It's quite an interesting selection from a coach's point of view.
Very, very interesting selection. I didn't see the team yet, so that's a very interesting selection for me. So obviously, I trust our leaders of our country. So I trust that Jacques Niedaber and those guys, they've got a plan. They might be seeing something in Jesse on 14. I really like Kirtley coming in. Unlucky for him getting the injury there, but I trust that God has a plan for him, for Kirtley, and I believe that we're going to see much more of him. But now, obviously, een man se dood is 'n ander man se brood. So Jesse Creel getting an opportunity this weekend, I'm pretty sure he'll make the most of it. He's experienced enough. Yeah, I believe he'll do good.
The tackle situation, the Faf de Klerk going in for the tackle.
I didn't see that.
You haven't seen it. Well, for those of you who did see it, it was gruesome from a technical perspective. You would think that at this level, that your timing. This is your livelihood. That you are getting paid to do this. You're a contracted player, so this is your work. 5 times a week. This is what you do. Technique-wise, I thought to myself, as he was going, high speed, you're already at the wrong side. He's leaning, but he's on the wrong side, man. Trying to make the tackle on the wrong side.
You know, ICV, a lot of times it happens when the smaller guys, they know they have to make the tackle, so they are willing to put their bodies on the line, willing to put their head on the wrong side just to make sure that the guy falls.
Yeah.
So.
But that's
It's
the wrong
wrong
way.
You can get hurt, yeah.
Because you've got club guys and young boys watching a professional player getting into the contact situation like that. It is not effective. It is not something that you need to do at home. It's something that they probably spoke about as well in the coaches meeting, because he basically concussed himself on Saturday.
Yeah, and you know Coach Jacques and Coach Rashid, those guys are experts. Yeah. Those guys are the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme when it comes to defense and defense coaching. So they would have probably told Faf that, we've given you all the tools. You should go execute and put your head on the right side.
Yeah, well, that was basically it. That is it for Coaches Corner. I just want to get Lucian's take on what's happening this Saturday. Rugby Championship, Argentina, Australia. What's your call there?
Oh, Australia is going to take them.
Australia again. Yeah.
No,
Australia,
the thing is, Argentina. I watched the game between Argentina and Australia. I saw Argentina in front, and then I heard they lost. And now I don't understand what's going on in Argentina, but I think Australia will be too strong for them.
Okay, so we're going Australia. That's what he's going for. New Zealand, South Africa, Ellis Park Stadium, Johannesburg. I want to give you a little bit of a rundown. This week on social media, something has been trending on Facebook. It already went to 250,000 views. There's a video of a man that burnt his all-black jersey. And that man's name is Colin Hopley. Massive Westbank supporter, part of the executive as well. And he is my uncle. So, Uncle Colin, I just want to take this opportunity to say that I'm highly disappointed in you for burning your jersey. Ons is nie draadsitters van Elim nie, but nonetheless, the Springboks, New Zealand, how do you see it going?
I think South Africa is going to put a work on New Zealand, I believe South Africa is going to give New Zealand their biggest score that they have ever had in their history. I think the biggest score against that New Zealand have taken, 20 points, 20 points. I think we beat them by more than 20 points this weekend, OCV.
Lucian's calling 20 points from a massive All Black supporter. I'm saying the score is going to be 50 points to 7. And that's going to be enough to get Fozzie gone out the door. I mean, John Kerwin, he's absolutely distraught with what's happening. So John Kerwin, I've never seen the man so pink. Yeah, I'm an All Black supporter. I think that's going to be a little bit too much for them on Saturday. I didn't agree with the Ian Foster appointment in the first place because I didn't think that he was the man to take over. If you look at coaches-wise, this is coaches' corner. Leon McDonald doing some good work at the Blues. Razor Robertson, fantastic with the Crusaders. Even Aaron Major with Moana Pacifica, doing fantastic work. These are young guys that's being brought in to come and do the job. Rassie is not an old man per se, but he's
still played the other day. So.
He still played the other day.
He's in his 40s still.
Yeah. He's still got it going. So you look at the international scene. There's a lot of young guys coming. So I'm going. The Boks are going to beat the All Blacks 50 points to 7. And Colin, I will not burn my All Blacks jersey. I'll keep that silver fern going. That was it for Coach's Corner. This week's edition of Coach's Corner. We can't wait to be back next week. If you want us to come around to your club and have a chat with your coach, with your head coach, with your second team coach, even if it is with your netball coach who also plays rugby, it doesn't matter. Contact us, clubrugbylive@gmail.com, and alternatively, you can check us out at Club Rugby Live all over our socials. Just want to get into something really quickly. We've got quite a few games that we're going to this weekend. We are being streamed, or that is going to be streamed live, and of course, Club Rugby Live in collaboration with FFG Sports brings you the next or the following games: Eagles and Invincibles, Robertson Town and Robertson Rangers. That's going to be a big one. Robertson Derby. Safkol and Black Leaves, Tulbagh and Evergreens, and the top of the table clash between Saldanha and St. Helena. Mike from Rhino Productions alongside my man LC is going to be covering that game on Saturday. And then I've got the privilege of being at the top of the table clash in Western Province, where Unimill takes on the unbeaten UCT. We've already called it. We've already said what's going to happen. So those are the games that you can look forward to. It's about that time where we can wrap up, or we need to wrap up the show now. And Lucian, I just want to say thank you for coming back. I want to say thanks to DVS for last week, Delph and Skalvik. Thanks so much for stepping in the hot seat. It's good to have you back though. Really amped for next week. I can't wait.
Yeah, really amped. We should get Dale on as well. It would be great to have him on as well. I saw you guys had a lekker chat. I was disappointed to that stuff happened, things moved, but just blessed to be here once again, blessed to be here, HCV, with you, Uncle Mike at Rhino Productions, Spear at Club Rugby Live, and we don't take this for granted, HCV. This is only by grace that we are doing this. It is only by God's grace, and we will continue to give Him glory through the show, through what we are doing, through the rugby. And let it so that this thing can grow, because we know nothing will be able to grow without His impartation on this thing, and without the hand of God on whatever we are doing. So thank you so much to all our the support out there. Thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight. We're going to grow this thing. Hopefully we'll be able to go live, and we'll be able to make it even more interactive for you, getting more chats, just getting everybody involved, and getting you on the show. If you would like to be on the show, like OCV said, contact us, and we'll get your coach, we'll get your team manager, and we'll come visit your club. Hallelujah, we'll come visit your club, and we'll do the show from there. Thank you, OCV.
Yeah, man. Once again, go to our socials, at Club Rugby Live on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and of course right here on YouTube as well. We've got Instagram as well. Go hit that like and subscribe button, share it, follow us all over. You can check us out especially on TikTok, because we're really close to 1 million views. So go and help us with that. We want to say thank you to everybody here at Boschenmeer Golf Club. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Marlon, Mike, Rhino Productions at the back doing the most. Nolan Pierre for this absolutely fantastic day. From your boy Hershey V and your boy LC, it's peace out. Till next week. We'll see y'all. Ciao, ciao.